The advice here is find the wow. And you're probably going in your head like, what's the wow, Bob? That sounds silly. So, you know when you're in a meeting with a customer and you're walking through your pitch deck and you're talking about something, and all of a sudden you see their body language change. Like they sort of stop, sit up, lean in, and they're like, tell me more about that. That's a clue that you found a wow. Now, one of the big challenges with finding the wow is that the product team thinks what they know the wow is, because it's obviously the thing they worked the hardest on and are most proud of. The trick is the product team doesn't get to decide what the wows are, the customers do, and the sales team does. And I'll tell you a story about this from MobileIron, which is that we were really proud of our multi-OS policy and security engine for any mobile operating system that could help an enterprise make mobile a first-class citizen. But during the demo and the PowerPoint pitch, we would show a customer how we could wipe your work stuff off your phone, but leave your pictures and music alone. Remember, this was like 2009, so that was pretty novel. That's funny. Thank you. It was a big deal. And you could see the customer go, wow. And when we took that back to our team, we're like, customers are really excited about that part. The reaction was, well, that was actually relatively easy to do. And they're like, really, that's the wow? Really? What about our multi-OS policy and security engine help any mobile operating system be operated for mobile first citizen? No, it's that thing. And so it's a really good example of sort of realizing the customer gets to decide the wow. So the second interesting thing about the wow is, I'm going to make up a number. I would bet 50% of the time you bury the wow in your product somewhere. Like you had to click 3 menu items down to go find the wow in our initial UI. Like it was in a super logical place. It really was. It was in a very logical place. But we literally buried the golden egg. So we had to go back and change our product UI to like pull it all the way to the top and put a red box around it. Like, which kind of offended like our UI designer because it wasn't super logical for it to be there. But we're doing that because it was actually a wow during the front end of the go-to-market playbook. So we then found wow number 2, which is, remember this is 2009, 2010. MobileIron pioneered the first enterprise app store. Remember when Apple first had their app store? That was kind of a big deal. We built the first enterprise one. And even if customers weren't yet ready to deploy their own enterprise apps, if we showed them that they could have their own enterprise app store someday, they're like, wow, show me more. Now, the interesting thing is customers weren't yet ready to deploy it. They didn't really need it yet. So our engineering team was like, well, who's deploying it? Who's using it? Not very many people, but it was a huge part of our sales playbook. So never confuse selling with installing. And your customers get to decide the wow, you don't. And the important thing is that your wows will evolve. As your product evolves, as the customer market evolves, keep paying attention to those moments where the customer's body language changes and they stand up and they lean in, they're like, tell me more. Those are the wows. Those are precious. Pay close attention.